Okay, hello, boys and girls. We are going to be learning about something fantastic this week. As you can see on the screen, it says that we're going to be learning about ancient Egypt and its geography. Now, geography simply means that we're going to be learning what the land looks like. We'll look at maps. We will look at some of the physical features and have a ball today, okay? Because we're going on a field trip today. Two, in fact. One with me and then one by yourself. Okay, so when we do this, here are some things that we're going to be learning about ancient Egypt. So, in exploring the geography of Africa and ancient Egypt, these are the things I want you all to learn, okay? And remember that Egypt is located in the northeast area of Africa along the Nile River. Okay. You also going to need to know that the Nile River is the longest river in the world and that there is rich soil along the Nile River. Now, when I mean rich soil, I don't mean that there is, there's money in the ground and gold in the ground, but I mean by rich that it has lots of nutrients and it's very fertile and it's very very good for farmers to grow their crops. Okay, that most of the land there in around Egypt is desert. And then we're also going to be learning that on this continent of Africa, there is a mountain chain called the Atlas Mountains, and it separates the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean from the Sahara Desert. Okay, now, boys and girls, are you ready for your field trip? Now, make sure you've already used the bathroom, you drank your water, and you got your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on because we are going on a field trip. Ooh. All right, planet Earth. All right, hold on to your seatbelts, babies. All right, so we're going to start off our field trip here at Elephants Fork Elementary School. Woohoo! Okay, they're getting in here. All right, so let's just take a look around, see how it is. Oh, yeah, this is real nice. Okay, Elephants Fork Elementary School. Now, we're all here. Your friends there? You see everybody? Do you have your exit buddy? Good, here we go. We are now going to Africa. We're going to cross the Atlantic Ocean, and there it is. Okay. Do you see this shape? Okay. See this shape of Africa? You're going to see these pictures again. All right. So this is the continent of Africa. And we also notice here on the continent of Africa, you see at the very northern part of it looks very tannish. Okay. That's all desert, boys and girls. And then if you look south, you go to the southern parts, you're going to notice that you see a lot of green. Well, this is the fertile part. This is where you have the grasslands, the savannas, and even some forest areas as well. All right. Now, you also notice that you have your Atlantic Ocean onto the left hand side or your western side. At the top, that's going to be your Mediterranean Sea. On the right, you'll have your Indian Ocean. And on the bottom, which we can really see that right there, but on the bottom, as you head toward Antarctica, that's where you're going to have the Southern Ocean. All right, so let's keep going to see our next geographical feature of this area. All right, so now we're heading on to the Atlas Mountains, and you notice we moved into the northwestern part, and over here, all right, I don't see if you can see this mouse. Okay, this is called the Atlas Mountains, all of this rocky, bumpy stuff right here. Now, again, we notice that the Atlas Mountains are on the coastline. Coastline means the edge where you have actually have some water. So this blue over here is the Atlantic Ocean. Good. Now let's see if we remember what this body of water is above it. The answer's over there in that corner. Do you see it? There it is. Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so we have Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea. Right here we have the Atlas Mountains. Now it's going to separate these bodies of water and from the Sahara Desert. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the Sahara Desert. Going out just a little. Now, the Sahara Desert is the largest, hottest desert in the world. And I had to say hottest because there is a desert that's even bigger than this. Did you know that Antarctica is actually a desert? That's because it's very dry. Now, you see all that white and you think it's snow. That's ice. Okay. So the And so Antarctica, the continent of Antarctica, is the largest, coldest desert, and the Sahara Desert that you see right here is the largest, hottest desert on the earth. Now we see all of this sand. Let's take a look and see if we see Mali. Remember the ancient civilization of Mali, and how we talked about trade, and how the people who were trading, they had to be on camels, because this is what they had to cross. Okay, the traders of Mali, with if they wanted to do any trade, they would have to go up here to be able to get to the Romans and the Greeks who were trading with them from the Mediterranean Sea, or cross the Sahara Desert on their camels to get over here to trade with those people from Egypt as well. So let's go to Egypt itself. Oh, all right. So this is what modern day Egypt looks like from outer space. If we look down, notice most of this is desert. You only see a little bit of green. And matter of fact, it looks like all of this area is green, and then all of this area is green. And there is a reason why we have this green, fertile area. That's because all of that area that you see winding and snaking there is around a long river. And let me show you what that river is called. This river is called the Nile River. The Nile River is the longest river in the world. The longest river in the world. It spans hundreds and hundreds of miles, and it flows north. It actually starts down here, and you can see how it winds its way up to the northern sections of Africa. Lots of animals live here. Plenty of people live around it, because there's a river. You can fish, okay? You can fish, you can get your animals, you can get a whole bunch of stuff there. You can get the water that you need. And so we have this Nile River that flows north, and it's the longest river in the world. And it actually dumps out into the Mediterranean Sea and ends up here in Egypt, again, where it dumps out into the Mediterranean Sea. So let's actually go into Egypt and see one of the pieces of architecture, and we'll be talking about architecture later on, but one of the pieces of famous architecture, something that Egypt is known for. It's pyramids. All right, so if we look here at the pyramids, I'm just going to bring my picture over and out of the way. All right, so here we go for our pyramids. Okay, I'm gonna stop my webcam for a minute so you can, there we go, there we are. So this area is called the Pyramids of the Queens. And there are 3 pyramids over here. And we're going to be also learning in math about these kinds of 3D shapes. Okay, these were built thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. This is why this is ancient Egypt. Okay, and these pyramids are actually tombs. And this is where they buried the kings and queens. So since these are called the pyramids of the queens, then we know that queens were buried there. Okay, all right. Now, let's head on back to school. I hope you had a good time, but just letting you know that you are also going to be able to go on your own field trip. After we finish this presentation, you're just going to click on the Nearpod link below. And then once you click on your Nearpod link, you're going to be going back to Egypt to actually look into some things, going to the tombs itself, the pyramids, and even looking at some other stuff. Okay. All right, let's start this webcam back and head on back to where we need to go. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can do some review. We're going to review our geographical features. So let's take a look at this map of Africa so we can identify what goes where. So notice we have the Atlas Mountains, the Sahara Desert, and the Mediterranean Sea. Where would we put these particular labels? Where would we put these particular labels? Let's see if we can get this stuff done in time. All right, let's see. Aha. Atlas Mountains. I think we will put the Atlas Mountains here in the Northwest. Okay, good. Sahara Desert. Yes, this section here in the middle, all of this is the Sahara Desert. Cool. Mediterranean Sea. Where do we put it? Let's go up here and put it right there. We got it. All right, now let's see what we have next. Let's see if you remember this. Now, I have a question for you. Egypt is located on the continent of North America, South America, Asia, Africa. What do you think? Oh, I know. Did you say Africa? Woohoo! You're right. Good job. Good job. All right, let's try our next one. Ancient Egypt is located off of this river, which is the longest river in the world. Nile River, Mississippi River, Amazon River, or the James River? I got it. I think it is the Nile River. Let's see if we are right. Woohoo! We are so good today. We are rocking it out. All right, let's try our next one. Which mountains separated the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean from the Sahara Desert? Appalachian Mountains, Atlas Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Andes Mountains. Well, I know it's not the Andes Mountains because that's in South America. It's not the Rocky Mountains because that's in the United States. It's not the Appalachian Mountains, so it must be the Atlas Mountains. Woo! That's why we're smart. Okay, let's try. I think we have one more. Ooh, okay, here we go. What is the name of the largest hot desert in the world? All right, did you say the Sahara Desert? Yes, that's because you're just that fabulous, boys and girls. You're amazing. You are just simply amazing. All right, so let's just review real quick and make sure that you remember these things, okay? That ancient Egypt itself, located in the continent of Africa, okay? Right along the Nile River. The Nile River is the longest river in the world. It has nice, rich soil along it. Most of the land there in Egypt is desert. And don't forget about those Atlas Mountains that separate the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean from the Sahara Desert. And I am so glad that you joined me today for our lesson on ancient Egypt and its geography. Now, you're going to go below on Canvas and you'll just click on the Nearpod link. You're going to put in that code. And once you put in that code, you go to that lesson. You're going to click through and look at all the different things about Egypt. It's a little lesson on Egypt, some information, and then got some other stuff to look at in there too. So I hope you have fun today, and we'll see you tomorrow to learn some more about ancient Egypt.